That's right, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the history of this channel, we actually traded in, or tried to trade in, some of our Pokemon slab cards to Gamestop. Here's how it went. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully y'all are having an absolutely wonderful, beautiful, and an amazing day. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, ladies and gentlemen, when I was told that GameStop started trading Pokemon cards and slabs and like cards and TCGs in general, I was very skeptical.
It's a trap!
But, you know, I get it. Their business model, you trade in stuff, they give you store credit, they give you less cash, and they kind of like flip a profit on pre-owned items, right? I definitely understand that. So when they announced that they're doing trading cards, I was pretty excited to kind of just see what the experience would look like. So I chose 4 cards in my personal collection that I was like, you know what? These are cards that maybe I'm willing to let go. Let's see what the values look like. Let's see what the prices will look like. And then we'll kind of go from there and see what they offer us. Because if we trade these in and we get a good value for it, maybe I'll just buy some sealed product and just open it for the channel. But here are the 4 cards I decided to find the value for. And these are the 4 cards I'm trading into GameStop. First and foremost, this Roaring Moon special illustration rare in a mint 9. The Zapdos SAR from Pokemon 151. This Vaporeon VMAX, which is actually a promo card, and it got a 10. So getting a 10 on these cards is super hard because they're in boxes and they're normally very scuffed and messed up. And then of course we do plan on also trading in our Giratina V. So let's see how this experience goes.
2 hours later.
When I did do the GameStop trade-in stuff, first and foremost, it's a very new process. The person I went to there, super nice guy, very good dude. Kind of shy. He was like,
yo, I've never done this before, so let's do this. The person who's supposed to train me on this was supposed to be here on Monday. It's Wednesday. They never got trained on it, and they just didn't show up.
So they still need training on it, but the way that they did it was that they actually scanned the back of the card. So they scanned the QR code right here of any PSA card. They have to check the card in general, and as you guys also kind of know, or potentially know, they also have a blue light filter checker. So they have this blue light that they do to see the PSA symbol here, so they also see that as well. Black light. Oh my days. Can I see the front one? That's cool. I never knew that. So generally when you first bring your cards in, they're going to just make sure it's authentic. That's the big thing. They don't want any fake slabs, obviously. The second thing they're going to do is really kind of just like, obviously check the card and then give you the value of the card. So as you guys kind of saw, I decided, I tried to trade them in. I tried trading in my cards today, but I couldn't because the system didn't work. So that's not on me. But I did want to give you guys all the values of the cards that I got for, okay? So keep in mind, first one, Roaring Moon EX. I traded it in, or tried to trade it in, and the total values for this card was $21.60 in store credit, okay? And then $19.44 in cash. So that was a hard pass, dude. I gotta tell you, the hardest of passes ever. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that the raw value of this card is $52.99. And then they offered me for a PSA 9, $21.60 in cash, in store credit, and $19.44 in store credit. So they don't take raw cards right now. They're only taking graded cards. But if we look at the last sold, so one thing you do want to keep in mind is last sold prices of these cards, because I kind of understand the value of it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of how I check prices of cards. I use a site called 130 Point Sales. So 130point.com, and then you can kind of look up the items here and find sold items and sold listings for this. So keep in mind, Roaring Moon SAR and a PSA 9 last sold was $70 through best offer accepted on May 15th, or May 13th. The previous sale after that, $65. The previous sale before that, around $66. Previous sale before that. So it shows you all the previous sold items here. And obviously back in the day for a PSA 10, 175, I get it. But roughly the market value of this card, the Roaring Moon, is around $70 to $65. Okay, so $60 to $75. $60 to $70, I'm sorry. And then GameStop was going to give me $21 in store credit.
What?
So the next card we tried to sell, just for store credit, was the Zapdos Special Illustration Rare. One of the only SIRs I pulled from 151, so any SIR is absolutely insane to pull. But for this card in particular, they were going to give me $19.80 in store credit, or $17.82 in cash. So, I mean, dude, Oh gosh. Okay. If we look at Zapdos' previous sales. So if we look at Zapdos' previous sales, you can already see the previous sold item on May 13th. There was 2 bids on it. It sold for $37.87. Even if you consider eBay fees and everything like that, they're only giving me $19 in credit for this, which is absolutely insane. So that's literally half the value for a PSA 9 when it comes to the Zapdos SIR. So yes, I did not trade this card in. So that's just, it's honestly crazy. But if you think about it, Roaring Moon, they were going to give me $21. The market value of this card is $70, $60. Zapdos, they're going to give me $19. The market value of this card is anywhere from $35 to $40, right? So it's kind of ridiculous. Maybe they just don't like PSA 9s is what I'm getting from so far, but we'll see. The third card I was going to sell, ladies and gentlemen, was this Vaporeon VMAX, which is a premium collection box. It's a promo item. You can't pull it in a pack or anything like that, so you actually have to get it in like the EV collections boxes. They have a Flareon, Vaporeon, a Jolteon one. The VMAX options and the Vs, they're just very, very, very hard to get good grades in because the cards are all dented in the boxes. But this one that I do have got a PSA 10. Okay, now for this card in particular, they were actually going to give me a pretty decent amount of store credit. For the store credit amount, they were going to give me $168 in store credit for the Vaporeon VMAX, and then $151 in cash. So, funnily enough, I don't know the market value of this card right now. So, let me do this.
2 hours later.
NANI?!
Alright, so, dude, okay, I'm say it right now. They were going to give me $168 in credit for this and $151 in cash. So I didn't look at the value of these cards. Okay, I did not. This is the first time I'm looking at them with you beautiful people at home. So maybe it was the blessing in disguise that their system crashed when they tried to, when I was about to trade the cards in. But like I said before, the guy at GameStop, we appreciate you, man. You're an absolute legend. But for this card in particular, if you look at the previous sales, the PSA 10 mint, Gem Mint, Vaporeon VMAX from the EV Premium Collection box in May 13th, $300 on May 13th. On May 11th, it sold on auction for $230. Okay, and then another one sold for $225. Another one sold for $266. So you can imagine that the actual market value here is anywhere from $225 to $300, right? Just depends on what's available. But $225 to $300, and they were going to give me $168 for this card. So that was blessing in disguise. Ladies and gentlemen, the last card I was going to trade in was the Giratina V Alt Art card. Now, real talk, y'all can make the guess on what they offered me here, but in all honesty, I thought this was good. But once again, I'm saying this now by not looking at the values just yet. But they were going to give me $360 in store credit and $324 in cash. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to check whether or not that was a good deal. So let me double check. We'll just see. The PSA 9 Giratina V Altar, they offered me $360 store credit, $360 cash, $324. This card sold for $480 on May 14th, which was yesterday, $475 the day before, and $430 on May 12th, and $475 on May 12th. So the market value for this card is anywhere from $430 to $480, and then tacking eBay fees, let's say they take off 10%, 14%, whatever it may be. But yeah, GameStop was going to offer me $360 and $324 for this card. For some reason, in my mind, I thought the Giratina V was like $200 to $300, so I thought this was a good deal. But obviously, Giratina's price has jumped a lot recently from what I'm seeing. So yeah, that was not a good deal either.
It's a trap!
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this was an absolutely amazing experience. It was super fun to actually try it out. Luckily, I didn't actually end up trading anything in because, like I said before, the system did break down when I was about to trade in. I was about to trade in my Vaporeon VMAX and get a couple sealed products just to open for y'all. But I guess this video ended up a little bit better because I found out the price of the card. And I'm glad I didn't sell it. So that's good. But I got to say, ladies and gentlemen, I will say this. If there are slabs you don't want and it's not worth offloading for you, because there is an aspect of selling cards where you have to go either sell them on live, open them on a site, sell them on eBay, ship them out, do the stuff. But GameStop, they're almost nationwide. So if you just want to offload slabs you just don't need anymore, I get it. The value is not going to be there, but it's more of like a time versus effort thing you want to keep in mind as well. But there's clearly crazy profit margins here where you would be better off selling these cards on your own compared to offloading them at GameStop. But once again, it's up to you in terms of how much time you have, how much effort you want to put into selling your own cards, and whether or not this is a quick stop to GameStop. You're just there, drop them off, get the value, just jump out, take the cash wherever you need to. So I understand the value of it. I'm glad the option is there now, but it clearly just isn't up to value. Because I saw some people online saying that GameStop is offering almost market value for these cards. Clearly not the case. Clearly not the case.
Stop the cap.
But it's kind of, it's good to see. And like I said before, maybe it's just the market fluctuations, who knows. But yeah, I think that they've offered me half on most of these cards, except maybe these two, like half. Giratina, like $100 off. Vaporeon VMAX, about $150 off, somewhere around there, $100 off. So all in all, ladies and gentlemen, I will say this. I'm kind of glad GameStop's doing this. It gives people an option to do so, and people who don't have too much time, offload it, get rid of it, get more product, do whatever you want, get cash, it's fine. But people who have the time to sell their own slabs, go to card shows, sell on the website, sell on eBay, ship it out, drop it off the post office, that's going to be more, it's better for you in terms of making profit, but obviously it takes more time. So it depends on you as a person, what's easier for you, what's convenient for you, and what you're willing to do. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know down in the comment section below if you've tried selling your cards at GameStop. Apparently I was the first one to go to that store and try it out. So credit to you, my friend at GameStop. I appreciate going through that experience with you, but it was fun. It was interesting. I don't think I'm going to trade my cards in for store credit based on what I've seen in terms of the value they're giving me. But if you did like the video, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you always know when I do upload the next one. But I want to say thank you all so much for the constant support. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Have a great rest of y'all's day. And if you do trade something to GameStop, let me know what your trading value was, because that was kind of cool to see. It's just like scan it, beep, and you just kind of know. But yeah, it was kind of interesting. But have a great rest of y'all's day, and I will see you next time. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I checked it out. The Roaring Moon is $21 in credit, $19.44 in cash. The Zapdos is $19.80 in store credit, $17 in cash. The Giratina Alt Art in PSA 9 is a $360 in store credit, $324 in cash, which is what it is. And then the Vaporeon VMAX Alt Art is $168 in store credit, $151 in cash. The gentleman who helped me, super nice guy. He's like, don't film me. I'm like, yo, you're good. So I got these 4 cards. I'm debating on which one to trade in. I think I'm just gonna trade it in for fun and get some product to open for y'all. We'll see.
It's what you do. You give me yellow highs and orange skies. Red, I'm seeing red. I'm riding by the waves from yesterday.